You've heard rumors of ancient runes, forgotten maps, and the lost pages of a secret tome that tells of ancient monstrosities calling for their return. You have finally set out to discover the truth. At first, the stories of those who went before you in this search didn't worry you. The horrific tales of explorers losing their grip on sanity you dismissed as mere fabrications. The whisperings of secret gates to another world, a world of ancient evil, grows stronger. Although no one knows who is building them, you have a dreadful hunch. Could you be the unknown architect of these gates of delirium? In Gates of Delirium, each player will have a hand of action cards, which are split into two parts. One part is sane, the other part insane. Every round, the start player will decide if it is a sane or insane round, and players can only take the actions on the corresponding part of their cards. During sane rounds, you will search for map fragments and lost pages to a secret tome, while dispatching investigators far and wide to help you in your cause. During insane rounds, you will collect ancient runes and build gates to release monstrosities from a parallel dimension. The goal of the game is to score the most points by the time the last monstrosity is released through one of these gates of delirium. So, a round sequence goes like this. It is played in a series of rounds until the end of the game occurs. At the start of each round, the current start player will choose whether it will be sane or insane, flipping the sanity disc, to indicate their choice. During a round, each player takes a single turn, beginning with the current start player and proceeding in clockwise order. Each player may only take actions corresponding to the current round type, as chosen by the starting player. And at the end of the round, the current start player passes the sanity disc to the player seated on their left, and a new round begins with that player as the new start player. So, on your turn, You must play 2 action cards from a hand of 5, one at a time. In addition, you may, but are not required to, spend desperation tokens to take desperate actions. At any time during your turn, you can do this, and at the end of your turn, you will refill your hand by drawing 2 new action cards. So how do you play an action card? So when you play an action card, you must reveal it from your hand, then perform the action shown on the part of the card. It corresponds to the current round type, either sane or insane. If you're playing the sane round, those are going to be cards with the white frame. If you're going to be playing the insane round, those will be the cards with the dark frame. So what are the actions? Okay, so on the sane round, these are the actions that are available. One is collecting lost pages, and you can see this because the card has a journal type drawing on it, art on it. So when you collect a lost page, add the card to the corresponding section of your journal, tucking it in partially beneath the top edge. So you just add it there. So this is the set collection part. If you are collecting it and it is in succeeding or consecutive numbers, that will score you higher points, but each individual journal page will score you 2 points. That's the first one, collecting lost pages. The next is collecting map fragments. So the map has 4 directions to it. So then it's the top right, lower right, top left, lower left. So if you collect them all, that's gonna score you 12 points. But for each individual fragment, it's gonna score you 2 points. Okay, and the last sane action, the white action, will be dispatching investigators. When you dispatch investigators, take 1 or 2 investigators, depending on the card that you played, from your personal supply and place them in any region on the map. Or regions, you can split them. If you do not have enough investigators remaining in your personal supply, you may move them from other regions instead. So you place investigators in various regions because it helps you win majorities. Because each time a gate is opened, the corresponding region is evaluated and points are awarded to the players with the most number of investigators there, second most and third most. So that is why you want area majority for the regions. So let's go to the insane actions. So there are also 3. The first one is collecting ancient runes. So again, this is a set collection, but for the insane action. So you just add the card to the corresponding section of your journal or your player board, tucking it partially beneath the top edge. So you collect multiple runes, you score X amount of points. I think it's gonna be for 5 runes collected, it's gonna be 16. So anything after that will score you, will start to create a new set, and then your score differently again. Next, insane action is converting investigators. So when you convert an investigator, remove 1 opposing investigator from any region on the map and return it to the opponent's supply. Then take 1 of yours and place it there from where you removed the opponent's investigator. If you do not have any investigators remaining in your personal supply, do not remove an opposing investigator. Instead, choose 1 opposing investigator and 1 of your own investigators, and they will swap their positions. So the last one is building gate sections, and you build gate sections so that you can summon those monstrosities for 4 points. Okay, so when you build gate sections, you choose 1 or 2 gate cards. This is indicated by the card that you play, and then you place them in your area. When you choose a gate card, you must choose 1 of the 4 cards from the gate supply or the top card of the face down gate deck. If you chose a card from the gate supply, refill the gate immediately. So each different type of gate has a corresponding gate size. It ranges from 5 to 7. So you have to complete that in order to summon the monstrosity. So once you complete the gate, you get the number of gate parts required. Then you're gonna be opening it. You release the monstrosity, and those monstrosity will score you 10 to 15 points. It depends on which what number of the gate you're opening already, meaning if it's the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, it's gonna be scoring you the corresponding monstrosity points. Then you reveal a scroll. Reveal a scroll only if the monster that you summoned has a scroll sign. And a scroll sign is a global effect for every player that comes into the game. And then you evaluate the region, meaning depending on the color of the gate that you opened, you're gonna count the number of investigators there, and then they're gonna score according to the majority of those investigators. And then after that, you return investigators to the owners, and then you carry out your next turn. So those are the sane and insane actions. And earlier on, I mentioned desperate action. So some cards, when you play them, will give you this red eye symbol. Those are desperate tokens, and you collect them. Also, anytime during your turn, you may spend desperation tokens to take desperate actions, and they vary from the actions that you do are drawing action cards, additional 2 action cards, and then discarding 2, flipping the sane or insane side of the sanity disc. And then you also refresh the gate supply. If the gate pieces that you're looking for are not there, you may flush them out and replace them with new ones, or score directly 3 points. So those are the ways that you're going to be using your desperation tokens. So when the final monstrosity is released through an open gate, all scoring is completed for the gate. The game ends. Immediately, the active player does not finish their turn and no additional turns are taken. So how do you score? Final scoring goes this way. Investigators on the map, you score 1 point for each investigator you still have on the map. 2, the second is scroll card effects. If there are any scroll cards in play that award points at the end of game, evaluate them and score any points that you earn. Then the set collection part, number of ancient runes, how many you've collected will score you corresponding points. Lost pages that you collected, corresponding points, and map fragments that you collected will also give you those points. After final scores have been calculated, the player with the most points wins. In case of a tie, the tied player with the most unspent desperation token wins. If there is still a tie, the youngest tied player wins. And that is it. That is how you play Gates of Delirium. Hi, everybody. I'm Denmark, and this is
Regine, and welcome to Straight from the Meeple's Mouth.
And dito sa Straight from the Meeple's Mouth, we talk about games from a casual's perspective, a casual player's perspective, meaning have played gateway games, have played a couple of games already, but have not yet jumped into being a core gamer. So you're somewhere in the middle. You know how to play games, you enjoy playing games, and you will not say no once or twice when someone brings out a game in front of you. You're gonna play it. You're a casual gamer. So if you know someone who's a casual gamer, please share this. No, paki-share to sa kanila. Or if this is you, hey, welcome. Maybe you might enjoy the game that we're gonna be featuring today. And so when you see it on the table, you know how to play it already. Also, if you want to buy it or not, we're gonna see. Okay, so today, what game are we talking about? We're gonna be talking about, what's that?
Gates of Delirium.
Gates of Delirium. It's by Renegade Games, and it's designed by Jordan and Mandy. So it's a Cthulhu game. It's a horror game. And we're gonna see what a casual player's perspective is on this game. I think you can place it down. Pwede mo na ibaba siguro. Or... Okay. So we're gonna be talking about a few categories, and we have a list, and we're gonna be discussing them. And we're gonna start with Gates of Delirium aesthetics. So the art, the components, the design. What do you think about it? It's horror.
Oo. It's
Has
horror.
monsters.
Has monsters. Very Cthulhu.
But you don't see him.
Hindi, di ba merong isang,
Oh, yeah. One of the
Token.
meeples, right?
Oo.
The scoring marker.
na ganun siya?
So, what do you think about the art? Let's say the components first. Okay, fine. The components first.
Simple. Simple. Card
So,
game lang. Tsaka
Cards, cardboard.
cardboard, yung
There's a map. There are
meeples.
meeples, right?
oh,
Okay. So, is it
typical, simple
so for
Oo.
you or good enough or
But okay na.
are the components good, like thick, not flimsy, parang hindi tinipid, ganun ba?
Ewan ko, maganda yung pang pang cover mo eh. So hindi ko naman ma-feel yung niya yung mga cards. But yung scoring board,
Yeah, the main
the
board.
meeples,
Mhm.
okay naman sila.
And the meeples are different, right? Each
Cute naman sila. So kahit horror yung sinasabi mong theme ng game, medyo masayang tingnan kasi colorful sila.
yeah, I think it's yellow, green, purple, and orange. And each
Yata.
meeple has their own thing that they're holding. Like one has a torch, one has a cane.
Ako
So
nga hindi ko alam akin yung yellow eh. Sabi mo bat
Customized.
yung sa akin.
Looks like I'll show it later. It looks like a bat with a big mouth. It's like Zubat. I don't know if gold bat pala, gold bat. No? Does it ring a
Di
bell?
ba nga nakabaliktad ko siyang tinayo?
Okay, so components are okay.
Okay
How about artwork?
I think maganda yung artwork niya.
It's not painting, right?
Hindi siya painting.
It's like photorealistic. It's like a photography.
Siguro.
It's like a real picture but they added
Oo.
vectors into it.
Oo. Maganda, lalo na yung pag nabuo mo na yung ganon.
The map?
Hindi, pag naka-open ka na ng portal.
The gates, right? So
Oo. Tapos parang nakikita mo na yung, ganito pala yung tsura pag
because
buo
it's
na
gonna be
siya.
arranged in a circle. It requires X amount of cards, and every time you get one, you arrange it in a circle, and it forms a circle with square cards. Amazing.
Parang pag tinignan mo sa top view, meron siyang portal.
Portal, right?
Yeah.
Because you're opening portals and summoning creatures.
Although na-confuse nga ako nung una, di ba? Yung piniplace ko na yung cards ko, hindi siya pabilog, pahaba.
Yeah.
Kasi sinusundan ko yung
Okay, how about the box cover? What do you think about it?
Okay naman siya. It brings enough fear.
Fear? Okay. Cool. All right. So overall aesthetics for you is okay.
Okay naman.
Okay.
Artwork okay din.
So if you see someone playing it on the table, you're gonna stop and take a look.
Hindi naman.
Okay. Because it's because it has dark tones, right? That's why it doesn't stand out.
Hindi ako na-attract sa ganun.
All right. Cool. All right. Next category, we're gonna be talking about gameplay. Okay, so we played this with family, and the ones that we played it are guys that we usually play with. Okay, so what can you say about strategy?
Hindi ko alam. Kasi parang
there's a lot of ways to score points, right? There's set collection. You're collecting the runes. You're collecting maps. You're collecting journals. That's one way to score. Area majority. When the gates open, if you have the most meeple in one area, you're gonna score. Also, when you open that gate, the monster has a score. So, how did you strategize? Thought about how you're gonna win?
Yun na, masyadong maraming strategy na pwedeng gawin eh. Na yung start ko, nag-iipon ako agad nung
Desperation token.
Hindi. Yung red.
Yeah,
Yung parang obelisk siya.
Yeah, the obelisk, right.
Oo,
Set collecting.
yung red, nag-set collection ako agad kasi para pag dumami yung cards ko na ganun, 16 points yata yun.
5 of those will score you 16
16
points, I think, right?
Oo. So, nag-focus ako doon. At tapos nakikita na kita, nakakagawa ka na ng mapa. So, ako, hindi ko alam kung saan ako kukuha ng mapa. Wala lumalabas na map. So, ayun.
So
So, nag-try
did
ako.
you change your strategy?
Oo, nag-try ako kumuha ng mga colors para
Okay.
makabuo ako ng portal.
Okay. You gathered gate fragments so that
Ah,
you can open
Mm-mm.
the portals.
Mm-mm.
All right. So did it work?
Natalo ata ako.
Yes, you didn't win.
Oh, third naman ako.
Yes. Okay. So there are a lot of ways on how you're gonna go about.
Mm-mm.
You can do dudes on a map where you populate the board with your people so that whatever gate opens, you have a score, or you rush the gates by
Ayoko
scoring
yun.
points, or set collecting the
Mm-mm.
maps, the journals, and the obelisks. All right. So in the game, where did you find that there was the most tension, the most nail biting, the most nakakainis, the most
Yung, tawag doon, dinideploy ko yung mga
meeples
nipples ko
on
doon
the
sa
board?
map.
Okay, why?
Kasi pinapatay niyo ako eh.
Because it's area majority.
Ayun na nga, kasi
And the
ayoko
portal
yung...
is about to open anytime.
Ayun na nga. Isa yun sa ayoko, di ba? Yung parang area control.
Yes, in a way, area majority can be, in a way, area control.
Basta yun. Pag ganun na yung game,
But di ka gumante? Why don't you get even?
wala akong pang ganti.
I don't have the cards. Otherwise, that's the real tension for you. Not the race to collect things. It's not that. It's
Hindi
really
naman. Yung...
whoever has the most in that area.
Mm-mm-mm.
Okay, good. So what did you like most about this game? What's it that you like? What aspect of the game did you like the most?
Yung nag-open ng portal.
Okay, that's why. That's okay. Didn't expect that, but why?
Hindi kasi masaya yung bumubuo ka.
Mhm.
O tapos iba-iba pang kulay.
And then everybody's like, no, don't open it yet. I don't have people there.
Yun yung naging dilemma ko dun sa puti eh. Di ba 7 cards yun eh. 7 cards.
Gate fragments to open the white portal.
Oo. And nasa
But-
6 ako.
Yeah, and
So parang ako, yung way para ako lang yung may score sana.
because if you open the white gate and there are a lot of people on the white area and it's not you,
Ang majority
You're
na
not gonna
nandoon.
I guess
Yeah,
a few
hindi ko
points.
nga nakuha. Second nga lang ako
Right.
dun sa
So you like opening gates.
Mm-mm.
What's your score point when you open a gate? Depends on which monster comes out.
Yun pa yung naging ko. Kasi, yung unang monster, 10 points lang.
Yeah, so 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
Oh, yun
15.
na nga. So, ako parang, do I wait to open it later na lang pag 15
So that's
points
tension
na?
also for you.
Medyo.
Mhm.
Or
Okay.
now na. Kaya yun, pinili ko now na.
Okay. Of course, if you like something in the game, what is it that you don't like in the game?
Yung pinapatay niyo ako.
Well, that's the fun part.
It's not fun for me. Nandun na ako, nananahimik ako, may dalawa lang akong meeple, tapos sabihin nyo, swap.
Why don't you
Tapos, isa
tell
na
them
lang.
to remove it? No, just
Umalis ka dyan,
kidding.
ganon.
Okay.
Ay, hindi pa siya ganon sa akin naman.
Okay. You're
Hindi pa
still
siya.
having fun.
Oo.
Okay. So
Kasi marami pa ako pwedeng gawin.
that's good also for the game. Tells you that even if one of your strategies is blocked, it doesn't mean the end of the world for you. You can
It's
actually,
not like the other game.
can actually do.
I must have the, yung station na yun. Kaya,
We should review that one of these days. Okay, so that's gameplay. What about replayability? Do you think this is gonna last long on the shelf, or every time you play it, it's gonna be the same game over and over, same strategy, or it's gonna be different? Every time you play it, there's something that you can try.
feeling ko naman, feeling ko, iba-iba yung mo, magagawa mo. Kasi ang dami mo pwedeng gawin sa buong game. Unlike yung iba, isa lang ang kailangan mong gawin. Diba? Isa lang ang mechanic.
Plus, it's also
Ito ang dami.
dependent on the people that you play with, because some of them will have different
Oo.
strategies. What? I was nice. I was last in the game. I
Oo
let you
nga.
guys win. All right, so you can play this over and over, and it won't quickly stale, right? Okay. How about theme? Okay, the theme is you're a
Katulog.
reporter. No, you're a reporter.
Oh.
And you're trying to find out about these reports that there are creatures coming out of the forest, of the mountains. But so you investigate, and every time you go there, you sometimes lose track of time and you don't know why. And then somehow every time you remember things, there's a monster coming out, or you think that you've done something wrong. Because that's the insane and the sane theme of the game. So so when you're insane, you were doing the bad things. But when you're sane, you're collecting maps, you're trying to piece together, what did I write? Where did I go? I can't remember where. It's because you're sane then. And when you're insane, you're like, EVL.
Parang hindi naman.
I did not feel it. It's not there.
Parang wala.
Sa
akin
I think it was there a little. Although,
or hindi lang ako aware.
Although you can make do without it. It's just like, it's the sane insane can be black or white. And then you just play cards from the black side or white side. It could be anything
ganun
else.
lang naman ako naglalaro. Pag sinabi yung, di ba nga, later on sinasabi niya, puti. Oh.
But that was, so it still didn't matter. Even if you found out now. You didn't feel that it was the theme of the game.
Parang hindi naman.
Alright. Okay.
Kaya pala nagtataka ako, bakit kaya may journal? Bakit kaya may, yung map? Tapos tinatry kong basahin yung mga di ba? Merong points yung kapag, iba yung points kapag yung consecutive numbers.
There are higher points if you collect consecutive numbered pages of the journal.
Oo. Kaya pala tinatry kong basahin yung journals. Hindi naman sunod-sunod.
Doesn't make sense.
Oo.
Yeah, kind of what the game is.
Kaya hindi ko na-gets. Kasi wala akong nakuhang consecutive numbers. Hindi ko, akala ko lang, design lang yon na may mga words.
So even if I explain it now, it doesn't change anything for you?
Hindi pa din.
Okay.
Pwede namang ibang
Alright, so who is this game for? Who would you recommend this to? Gateway gamers, casual gamers, core gamers, or whatever other gamer you can think of. Insane gamer. So, who would enjoy this?
Feeling ko naman pwede na yung gateway gamers. Madali naman siyang intindihin, in fairness.
Basically, the rule is play cards from the black side or play cards from the white side. That's basically it. And there's just 3 per color. 3 actions per color. So it won't be complicated for them.
It won't be complicated. Right. So pwede siya laruin even sa
Who will benefit most? Casual, gateway, or core gamers with this game?
Yung mga yung mga gateway, para mapunta na sila sa casual.
Okay. So that
pwede na sila mag-practice na so medyo na yan.
A little bit complicated, one more layer than the usual Ticket to Ride that just collect cards and then just play.
Yung all fun, ganyan. Ito medyo
there's a little bit of strategy, right? Which route
sakit yung ulo mo. Saktong sakit lang ng ulo. Saktong pikon lang din.
Is it for families? No.
Naglaro naman tayo na.
I mean, if you're typical family, when you say it's a family game, is it that game? It's not really, right? Because of the theme. It's dark.
It's
Okay. And finally, now I'm scared again to ask this question. At its price point, can you get the...
Gusto kong sabihin sa kanya, bababenta ka kapag di tama yung presyo mo.
At its price point of around 2,200 pesos to 2,000 to 2,200 pesos. It's the price. It's difficult to see. Do you think it's worth it? The replayability, the experience, the components.
2,000 puro cards.
Clank, hello, 3,000 Clank. But that's for
pinagmalaki mo pa yung Clank.
I'm just saying, that's all cards. Mostly cards. So what do you think? Around 1,800 to 2,200. Fine, that range.
Ano?
1,800 to 2,200. That range, somewhere there, or either high or low. Is it worth it?
Napaka-safe naman ng ano mo. Sagot mo. Ah,
What?
wala ba second hand dyan?
So, is it worth it? Would you buy it?
Hindi.
Oh, okay. Because?
Kung may kalaro ako na ano, meron nito, makikihiram na lang ako.
It's not something for you to really keep, and like a Ticket to Ride Pandemic or
Pandemic nga, willing ako let go eh.
But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's not.
Hindi,
that
hindi.
game.
Hindi siya ganong level na ano.
Besides, it's rare that game, and I don't know a lot of people here who have this game. That's
Biglang
why.
rare ngayon.
So,
Sige na nga,
so if you have a friend,
borrow,
but not own.
but not own.
All right. Okay, so there you go. That's our review. Well, that's the Meeple's review of Gates of Delirium. And we hope that you enjoyed it, or at least consider the game. If you've seen it somewhere or you're interested, well, now you know. Now you get a glimpse even before you play the game. Anything else that you want to say?
Wala na.
No? Why is your face like that? Okay. So thank you for joining us. Until next time, again, I'm Denmark.
And I'm Regine. And this is Straight from the Meeple's Mouth.
Bye, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.